Uh, Finishing the game, getting the dub, and of course we did it. That was just the mentality. Don't let anything that came out before affect you or anything. So just finishing the game, and that's it.
Obviously, you kind of had your way down there down the stretch in overtime. What did you like about the shots you were getting, and what were you looking for in OT?
It's mostly, like I said, so much space. Ain't nobody going to stop me where I want to go. It's not gonna happen every time, but the mindset is just getting anybody or whatever I want them to go, and more comfortable getting to the rim, than doing different things. Why settle when I could get to the rim? So it's just that's the mentality.
Did you know going out in overtime that your offense would be needed, especially the way they were playing defense?
I feel like everybody's offense was going to be needed. Like I said, we got a lot of people on the bench that coach would have chosen and put in the game, But, you being out there, it's a blessing, and just, take, how can I say, just going out there and just be motivated because, things like that probably not going to happen twice again, But that moment when you get it, just go out there and just take it.
Draymond really praised your maturity for the move to the bench. He said, you shouldn't be happy that you moved to the bench. And you think you're a superstar, and he thinks you can be a superstar too. Could you describe how you've approached the new role mentally?
Nothing really have changed. We still playing basketball, right? I'm still playing with the stars. I still go out there and play as much as I can, or they still want me to go out there and play. So it's really not much change, It's about the same. At some point, I'll probably go back in the starting lineup, and it's just gonna be about the same. I'm still going out there and just playing and having fun. It don't matter.
Are you catching a little bit of a rhythm? I think that's 3 straight, pretty good scoring nights.
Obviously, being coming off the bench, not just coming off the bench, even when I was starting, it's something that coach wanted me to really do, just putting pressure at the rim, running the floor. And I feel like the more I do those things, it just open up a lot of things. So I'm just focusing on just doing those things, and a lot of things coming at me. So, I'm grateful and I'm happy.
Are you having more fun now than you have in years past?
I've been having fun. It's never going to change, The more you have fun, the more you succeed. So I'm trying as much as I can to have fun, because it's something we do, something we love. It's our job, You got to enjoy what you're doing. So it don't matter, I'm always having fun. It don't matter when the moment is, I'm always having fun. It's just something for people to get on me. I'm always having fun, It don't matter when.
How much, the first shot you hit in overtime, that kind of like spin fade away, how much did you work on like that type of shot?
I worked on it a lot. It's not just something that I just came out and just did it. It's not going to be there every time, but I just got to be confident, because sometimes things like that would happen, and it happened today, and it went in. So, it's something that I always worked on. I worked on different aspects of stuff that sometimes going to be needed. It's not going to be needed every time and again, but times like that is going to be needed. And I felt very comfortable just taking that shot.
Do you think this team would have won this game last year? Like last year's team, do you think they would have pulled this game out?
I don't think we lost over here, right?
Just in general, just from losing a big lead and then being able to stabilize, it seemed like...
Of course. We had a good team last year, We had good players. Nothing really changed that much, Only Clay went to Dallas and some people went somewhere else, but I feel like we could have pulled that win too, still.
Tell them we're 20-4 in our last 24 road games.
Are we? Oh, yeah. Do your research.
14 straight wins over the Rockets.
Yeah, exactly right.
You hadn't won a road overtime game in like 11 years.
Draymond said 1,000% we would have lost this game. We're deeper this year.
He said that?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's all.
No, no, but just do your research. We ain't lost over here. Thanks. All right, guys.
How did they kind of flip the games? They just kind of amped up the pressure.
Yeah, I think they amped up the pressure. Obviously, Sengun and Lando didn't play much at all in the second half. So they just rolled out there with 5 guards, switching everything, pushing us out. And so, for me, the only way to counter pressure is to, apply pressure yourself. And so I think towards the latter part of the fourth quarter, we started to do that. And once you make one guy, once you get past one guy, another guy has to come guard you, and then the dominoes kind of fall how we practice. So I think, we can call sets, we can do this, we can do that, but at the end of the day, you just got to beat your man one-on-one when you play teams like that.
What were you looking for down the last minute of the game? A couple good buckets. What were you looking for?
Yeah, I mean, we was getting, killed. And for me, my mindset was like, I'm going to try to go get a bucket. And if we lose, that's how we're going to lose. Someone's going to have to try to get a bucket. But that was just kind of my mindset. And, for me, when teams try to speed you up, you play slower. And when they slow down, you play fast. So kind of the opposite. So for me, yeah, I was just trying to go get a bucket.
What type of effect did Jonathan's force have tonight? Just in general, his play, what did he give you guys?
Yeah, it's another guy that gives problems one-on-one, that makes teams have to, put another body on him. And I think, for the most part, they didn't do that tonight, and he was able to, score against his matchup most of the time. So, he was a crucial part in our victory. Plus 18 in the box score, that's pretty good.
It does feel like teams are, especially athletic teams, are going to switch a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Try to force you guys to beat them up. How much do you feel like that's an area you're going to need to, high intensity game like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. Obviously, we'll have step back, and he's really good creating his own shot, creating for others as well. So, like I said, my mindset was just like, if we're going to lose, we're going to go out, trying to get a bucket and not turning the ball over. So, I prepare myself in the summer for that if the team needs it. So, yeah, I'm ready for that.
How glad were you that you're still wearing the mask when Dylan Brooks hit you in the face early?
I was pretty glad. He got me kind of right here. But, it's obviously I don't want to wear it, but it saved me there for sure.
What was I'm sorry if this was asked already, but what was the last call on you that fouled you out?
I mean, Freddie, I think Coach Udoka knew I had 5, so they were just trying to put me in some action and kind of play soft, so I wouldn't pick up my 6. But Freddie went up there, and I kind of just, controlled the screen with my hand and nudged them, and they gave that 6 one to me. But for me, I don't think you could call that as someone's 6th foul.
What did you take away? I mean, obviously, a lot ebbed and flowed in that second half in OT, but that first half you guys played, what did you take away from that first half?
I think we got stops, and if you look, even going into the second half, a bunch of their points were just off turnovers in transition. We got them in the half-court set for the majority of the night. They have problems, and so I think if we can limit our turnovers and keep them in half court, we'll be pretty good against anybody. But I think once we got the rebound in the first half, we were pushing in transition. We were getting open threes, easy buckets, and that just kind of fueled us. And then obviously in the second half, it flipped on us because of their pressure.
Which of your late shots will you remember the most? Which one did you like the most?
Which I like the most? I mean, for me, I didn't really have a favorite. It was just, like I said, my mindset was I'm going to try to go get a bucket, and unfortunately, I was able to get 3 of them in a row. But, I think it's just showing that our young guys are maturing and growing. That we're ready to kind of step up for the moment. We're not going to, shy away from it. So I think that's probably the most impressive part. And then, Draymond's been such an incredible leader. Obviously, Buddy doing his thing off the bench. So it was an all-around group effort, and I think that's why we won.
I thought you were going to say that fadeaway, like 10-footer, 12-footer.
Nah, I mean, as long as they go in, it doesn't matter. But, I prepare myself in the summer for it.